Hi everyone, today we are going to continue our learning journey in probability by starting our next section on events, or called compound events. And the first part that we're looking at is called a sample space. And a sample space is the essential question that we're looking at today. What is a sample space? And how do we find the sample space of the probability that we're looking at? I'm going to try to get this to not be so blurry for you. There we go. I think that's better. So first of all, let's look at our vocabulary word for today, which is sample space. And a sample space is the set of all possible outcomes of one or more event. So a sample space is the possible outcomes of one or more events. That is a sample space. I know that those are just words and they probably don't make a lot of sense yet, but we know outcomes are what happens when, or what the options are, the opportunities are. And we know that events are what's happening. What are we actually testing? So let's do an example, and then this will make some more sense to you. So first one we have is that we randomly choose a bread and a type of sandwich. It says, find the sample space. How many different types of sandwiches can we make? So how many types of sandwiches can we make? How many types of sandwiches can we make? Well, let's look at the data and the info and see what they give us. So they give us the types of bread we can use are wheat or sourdough. The type of sandwich that we can have is ham, turkey, steak, or chicken. Okay. Now, these are the options. You can make many different types of sandwiches. You could have you could have turkey on wheat. You could have turkey on sourdough. You could have steak on sourdough. You could have a steak sandwich on wheat bread. So you see, once you start looking at this, there's different types of combinations. Well, the sample space is the possible outcome of the event. Well, the event is making sandwiches using bread and a sandwich type. So we want to know what are the options, what are the outcomes that we could have. So let's go ahead and first start by looking at the type of bread. So we could have a type of bread, and the type of bread that we could have is wheat. On wheat bread, we could have a type of sandwich that is ham. We could have turkey. We could have steak. And we could have chicken. So you could have a ham sandwich, a turkey, steak, and chicken. So wheat has a possibility of 4 different types of sandwich. The outcome for the sandwiches are wheat, ham, wheat, turkey, wheat, steak, and wheat, chicken. So there are 4 possible outcomes just by using wheat bread. So far there's 4 in this sample space. So there's 4 in this sample space. But we have one more type of bread. We have sourdough, right? And this is called a tree diagram right here. Here's the tree. Here's like the trunk of the tree, and then it's growing into these things. So these are tree diagrams. So the other type of bread that we have is sourdough. And if we put what we can put on the sourdough, the type of sandwich we could put on there is ham. We could have turkey. We could have steak. And again, we can have chicken. So the possible outcomes that we have are sourdough ham, sourdough turkey, sourdough steak, and sourdough chicken. So in this sample space, there are 8 different outcomes. 4 here and 4 here, which gives us a total of 8 outcomes. And in our 8 outcomes, there are 8 different sandwiches possible. So 8 sandwiches, 8 outcomes. Okay, let's try another example. And we are going to have a taco truck. Okay, so we're going to have a taco truck on this example. And in the taco truck, it says that we can choose sour cream, salsa, or guacamole on either beef or chicken tacos. You randomly choose a topping and a meat. Find the sample space and how many different types of tacos can you have. So let's make a list. Okay, so the type of filling can be beef or chicken. And the toppings are going to be sour cream, salsa, or guacamole. All right, so let's start by making our tree diagram. So we're going to make the fillings. And the first filling that we have is beef. And with a beef taco, beak? What? Oh my goodness. Beef. With the beef, we can have sour cream. We could have salsa. And we could have guacamole. So there are 3 possible outcomes here. You could have beef sour cream. You could have beef salsa. And we could have beef guacamole. So there are 3 possible outcomes here. Now we have chicken. Chicken as our filling. And with the chicken, you can have sour cream. You could have salsa, or we could have guacamole. So the possible outcomes that we could have are chicken sour cream. We could have chicken salsa, or we can have chicken guacamole. For a grand total of 6 outcomes. So there are 6 possible types in this sample space. So the possible outcomes and of the event of choosing fillings on our taco truck. Types of tacos. So the sample space is creating tacos, different types of tacos. And within our sample space, there are 6 outcomes. Now, maybe someone said that a topping could be queso, like a queso dip. So maybe they put queso on top. Now our sample space changes because we have 4 possible toppings. So our sample space would now have 1 extra topping. Okay, so we're just listing out the possibilities that you can create with all the ingredients. All right, it is your turn now to do a try it with a sample space. And in your sample space, you are going to create a sandwich using the ingredients from the first time. And the sandwich shop is going to now add multigrain bread. So we now have multigrain bread. And we want to know what the sample space is. So how many possible sandwiches can we make? So here's your try-its. And in the try-its, your bread is changing. So the types of bread that you now have are wheat, sourdough, and multigrain. So our sample space changed because we added an extra ingredient. The type that we can get, again, is still going to be ham, turkey, steak, and chicken. Okay, I want you to tell me what are the possible outcomes that we could create, and then what is the sample space. So go ahead and hit pause right now so you don't hear me solving. And then when you are ready, you can come on back and hit play and check your understanding. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the different options that we can have. So we can have wheat. And on our wheat sandwich, we're going to have ham, turkey, steak, and chicken. And so this gives us wheat ham, wheat turkey, wheat steak, and wheat chicken. So there's 4 total when it happens to be a wheat bread. Okay, on sourdough. Sourdough can have ham, turkey, steak, and chicken. So our sample space, the outcomes of the sample space are sourdough ham, sourdough turkey, sourdough steak, and sourdough chicken. So far we're up to 8 outcomes. Now we added in this multigrain bread. So we have multigrain bread, multigrain, and with the multigrain we can have ham, turkey, steak, and chicken. So again, 4 opportunities for different sandwiches, and our sample space is multigrain ham, multigrain turkey, multigrain steak, and multigrain chicken. So our grand total of opportunities for sandwiches are 4, 8, and 12. There are 12 total sandwiches that we can make. All right, how did you do on this? Try it. Were you able to create the different possibilities? Did you make your trees? Did you come up with the sample space? Go ahead and answer your essential question of how do we make sample spaces? What is a sample space? And then put your level of understanding out to the side. Where are you at? Are you able to create trees for the different events and outcomes? Are you able to identify the sample space, which is the outcome of the tree? Go ahead and list where you're at. And then when you are finished, you can come on back to the Google Meet and ask for help, or you can go on and do your practice work. As always, I appreciate all of your hard work and effort, and make it a great day.